The iPhone 17 Air is obviously shaping up to be a really interesting new wrinkle in Apple's iPhone 17 lineup for later this year, and as the name implies, we're expecting the main selling point to be its radically different design by making this iPhone probably one of the thinnest and lightest iPhones ever made. But just how thin exactly is it going to be? Well, we know the iPhone 17 Air is going to be super slim, but when it comes to numbers, there have been mixed rumors on just how thin Apple plans to make it. Rumors have been circulating around the 6mm mark, though in a recent report, reliable Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo said that he expects the iPhone to measure in at about 5.5mm. Now, for some perspective, at 5.5mm, the iPhone 17 Air will be the thinnest iPhone to date, which is a title that's currently held by the 6.9mm iPhone 6 that came out way back in 2014. A 5.5mm iPhone would approximately be 30% thinner than the iPhone 16, which measures in at 7.8mm thick, and 33% thinner than the iPhone 16 Pro models, which are around 8.25mm in thickness. It won't be too far off from the 12.9-inch iPad Pro that actually came out last year. The new iPad Pro is also incredibly thin, measuring in at 5.1mm, which is actually Apple's thinnest device to date. Kuo says the iPhone 17 Air will be 5.5mm at its thinnest point, so it sounds like we can still expect a camera bump, and Apple is planning for a single 48-megapixel rear camera, with the company opting for just one lens because of the space constraints in such a small chassis. TLDR, expect this iPhone to be massively different from a design perspective, just simply based off of these rumors on the thickness of it. It's going to feel crazy thin and light in the hand, and just that alone could provide a very different iPhone experience than what we're used to. We can also expect the iPhone 17 Air to again have that previously mentioned single 48-megapixel rear camera, but in terms of screen size, rumors have targeted the 6.55 inches, 6.6 inches, or 6.65 inches as the display size that Apple is apparently settling on. So somewhere in that range, which would make it smaller than the iPhone 17 Pro Max, but larger than the iPhone 17 Pro. The iPhone 17 Air could also include a smaller hole and pill-shaped cutout for the front camera, resulting in a narrower dynamic island. Also, we can expect this iPhone, alongside all the other iPhone 17 models, to have a 120Hz ProMotion display, which is great to see across the entire lineup for the first time ever. Now, because there is no room for a speaker on the bottom edge of the device, it's actually expected to only have one speaker at the top. Apple's current iPhones have two speakers, one at the top and one at the bottom, so there's going to be a little bit of a difference in terms of sound quality. Lastly, when it comes down to the frame, Kuo believes the slimmed down iPhone 17 will have a titanium aluminum frame, with Apple electing for titanium, but a titanium mix that's heavier on aluminum than the current Pro iPhones. The selling point for the new device is supposedly just going to be the design rather than a lot of the internal aspects, so don't expect this to be Pro specifications in terms of what's on the inside. It's probably going to be more in line with the iPhone 17. But I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. What do you think about the iPhone 17 Air? Is this new radical design change, at least in terms of like how thin and light it's going to be, is that appealing to you? And do you think you could sacrifice not having a couple extra cameras, not having some of those Pro internal specs, and then just get this instead? I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. This has been Dan with MacRumors. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you around in the next video.